Hello guys, welcome back to Blues Fans TV. I'm sorry for the hood. No, I'm not trying to be a gangster. It is lockdown. I've got the most disgusting lockdown beard and trim. So I think it's best for everyone's health and safety that it's all covered up. But this is a brand new show on Blues Fans TV. We'll be discussing and reacting to the latest football matches lineup, and it's a chance to give some of you guys some interaction, ask your questions and all that stuff. If you do want to join this video, join our Patreon. It's on Twitter and everywhere, and I'm going to invite some of you. And yeah, not many people didn't know it'd be me on today. I'm sorry if I disappointed you. If you wanted to see Sophie or Lewis, but I don't blame you. But let me invite some of you guys. So let me remind you. So if you want to join me on this call, please go on Patreon. Don't worry, I've got you. I know some of you want to join. I'm going to quickly get the lineup as soon as it's out. I think it's out now. No, it's going to be out in 10 minutes. I'm wrong. There we go. Sorry guys, I'm usually the cameraman for this channel, the editor, so I'm not the best on camera, so how shall I say this, I gotta take my time and give me some time in it, and then slowly I'll develop some presenting skills. But anyways guys, let me know your match predictions in the comments below. I am going to see them, and after this video there's going to be a live watch along from Lewis, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I've got a guest from Patreon today, man like Fava.
Hey, what's up, man?
All good. Are you excited for today's game?
No.
No?
No, I'm not going to lie. I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous.
They've always given us trouble throughout the years, haven't they?
Yeah.
Just Chelsea, innit? Typical Chelsea.
Oh, my days.
I think the lineup's come out in 9 minutes.
I did not expect the kickoff time pushed back to 15 minutes.
Yeah, I know, innit? But is Odoi going to start today? Is Werner going to start today?
God knows. God knows what happened to those two. Not going to lie. But yeah. I would love to see those two start.
So talk to me then. What would you predict today then? What do you think is going to go on? Is it going to be a Chelsea L? Are we going to win but play badly?
I said this. I think this is going to be a draw. Either a 2-2 draw or maybe like a 1-1 draw. I don't see us get a winning, but yeah.
Well, Fulham was so bad. I don't have any hope today. I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like even when we win, we're not doing anything right. So,
bruv, against Fulham, we've done nothing. All we do is just like cross an inshallah thing.
Exactly, and we've been doing that for such a long time now.
And the fact that we got Leicester today, the one thing that might concern me about Leicester is the fact that they can expose us through the flanks. They're not going to play us through the middle because all their flanks, because they got like a fast sprinter like James Justin on the right, and you got probably Timothy Castagne on the left. They're both quick though. Like, I think we have to be careful on the flanks, especially.
Well, we've been, as Chelsea fans, we've been moaning about the lineups for a long time. We want to see Odoi. He doesn't start. People have screamed for Werner in the middle. He's now played in the middle, still bad. So I just don't know what's going to happen today. I have no idea what the lineup's going to be.
God knows.
Let me just confirm if it's out right now on Twitter from Chelsea. No, it's not. Guys, I will get it up on the screen as soon as it comes out.
Can I ask to all Leicester fans, if there are Leicester fans in this section, is Vardy really fit or is he like injured? So all Leicester fans that are watching this, you know.
I think we've Lampard confirmed in the pre-match that there's no injuries today, and
thank God for that. I think it was Conte. No, it was Conte only got injured.
Oh, only Conte, but
apart from that, it's full squad.
So he's got no excuses today, then, isn't it?
No, no excuse.
No excuses today.
No excuse. I think yeah, because I'm Lampard in, but if the result doesn't go our hands, then it's not our hands anymore. Then
it's true. Well, a regular on the live phone in with Lewis. We've got a man like Alex coming on to give us his thoughts, pre-match thoughts, should I say?
Hey, what's up, man?
Well, how you doing? Are you right?
Yeah, I'm good, boys. How are you?
Good, thank you. So, Alex, tell me, what's going to happen today?
Really nervous. I'm not going to lie. I don't know. I feel good because we played half decent at Fulham. We obviously got the win. I don't know though. I still feel like we're going to a more informed club than we are. Let's be honest. Leicester have had some good run of form. When they want to be they can be a dangerous team. Barnes, Maddison, Vardy, they can be a really good team, and it does concern me a little bit. But I feel like we've got to back ourselves because after the win at Fulham, we've got to go and having confidence. I'm not going to lie though, I don't know what his starting lineup's going to be though, because I've been saying for ages I want him to start playing Callum Hudson from the start. I don't know why he's not playing Callum Hudson.
Screaming out ages. I
don't know why Callum Hudson's some late 15-minute sub in a panic. I don't understand that. Just why not start him from the start? I don't get it. So yeah, that frustrates me. But I don't know, I'm going to be positive and I'm going to say I think we'll win 2-1, but I think that's optimistic, not going to lie.
2-1, that's great. Fava, do you agree with that?
If it says 2-1, yeah, I don't mind. I mean, he's got the right to be optimistic, But for me, I've just kind of see the way we've been playing for about 2 months, honestly, since we had fans in the stadium when we won against Leeds. After that, it was run of poor games, and then suddenly we find a mid-table spot, And it's just because of how tight is this league going, we cannot afford a slip up at any given day.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
See, the thing is, when we win, it's not convincing. I've said this from day one. When we beat Brighton on the first game of the season, we wasn't good. And then when we beat Fulham last week, yes, they had 10 men. And Mount's goal, it was a good goal, but the goalkeeper and the defence made it easy for us. So that was a gift from a poor Fulham. So that's just not convincing. So we even lose or don't win in a good way. And it's just not looking good at the moment. I know I'm being ungrateful because we are not losing every week, or technically, or apart from last week, but it's just not convincing for me. And I'm just a bit worried, to be honest, because Leicester are a good team. They've given us trouble over the years. Vardy, when he's on form, he likes to punish us.
Oh yeah, he loves to score against us, especially.
He loves a goal against Chelsea. So Chilwell does as well, but luckily we've got him this time. So I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest.
It's tough one. But I think the problem we've got, I agree, mate. We didn't look, even the West Ham game, the score flattered us massively. It was not a 3-0 comfortable game. To be honest, if West Ham had been more clinical in the final third in the first half, even at the start of the second half, I thought that if they'd been more clinical, we would have lost that game. And then it would have been a different conversation to what it was. So the Fulham game, I agree. They had 10 men and we still looked like such an average team. We still lacked creativity. And I'm not gonna lie, in fairness, it wasn't down to Lampard, to be fair, because he had Tammy on the he brought Tammy on, he put Olivier Giroud up top, obviously Callum on, fair enough, it wasn't necessarily his substitutions. I think he was right to leave Timo on the bench, because I think Timo, I know people are you need to start him, you pay a lot of money for him, he needs confidence, but I'm not being funny.
We don't have
time for him to be up top, having a little nervous breakdown about whether or not he can get his touch under. Did you see his touch? Some of his touches were awful. I feel for him. I know he's going through a tough spell, but I'm not being funny. We're 8th in the league. If we don't win tonight, and I don't know what what's the other score. I think if West Ham win, they'll go above us. Yeah, I think if they win, they'll go above us. But it's just the point. We're not even in top 4 contention at all. I know people are only a few points behind, but on the performances, every time we go in, even against Fulham, we look like we were about to get a draw until Mason Mount had a good finish. So I agree, it's not convincing, and I don't really know what we do about that. I don't know. Who do you think is going to start then? Who's going to be the starting 11?
Well, when Lampard says he plays players over merit, the next game he starts players that don't even deserve to start. So I don't know what his definition is. He's been praising Odoi for the past 3 matches. Does he start? No. So I'm not criticising Lampard. I'm just saying I don't know what I don't know what he means. Like Zuma's been well, and all of a sudden Rudiger's playing. Like, what's that on? Like, where did that come from? So it's just so random. I'm backing Lampard, but I don't know I don't understand what goes through his head. So I actually don't know what this lineup's going to be. I won't be surprised if the whole team's dropped tonight, and even Kepa's in goal. That's how random Lampard is.
Imagine Kepa's in goal. Whoopsie!
Yeah, it won't surprise me if Kepa's in goal.
Boys, to be honest though, like when Mendy came in, I was happy because I felt like he was a keeper. But recently, even in the Fulham game, like I don't know what was happening. There was one incident between him and Aspilicueta. I'm not being funny. Like Mendy, we need you. The moment you start like not being solid, we have a problem, right? Because everyone was like, "Oh no, we'll get a new keeper, we'll be all right. Like we'll get rid of Kepa, we'll be all right." Mendy's not consistent. Mendy makes mistakes, and I don't know what it is, but coming to Chelsea,
he was never supposed to be good, though. If that makes sense, he was a nobody signing to put pressure on Kennedy. Oh, sorry, on Kepa. So, and just don't forget, Mendy's not world class. I'm going to load it up in a sec. There's a reason why none of us heard of Mendy. So he's going to make mistakes. He's going to do this a lot. It was just Kepa was so bad. This unknown Mendy looked really good to us. Like we were celebrating when he was catching the corners. That's how low goalkeepers got at Chelsea Football Club. But he's doing a great job. I still think he's our most important signing this season. He's helped us a lot. So I'm not criticizing him. I'm just saying don't get your hopes up on how good he is because he's still a nobody.
No, I get that.
But that's true. I'm get up finally the lineup to come in. So I'm going to get it up on the screen here.
All right. By the way, big up the One Football app. You know.
I've got to say that in a sec. Got to load it up in a sec. Actually, let me do that now. There you go. Sorry, guys. Sorry to bother you all, but make sure you download the One Football app. It's a great football app. Guys, thank you for sponsoring this video. We obviously sponsor only certain companies on this channel because we care about you guys. One Football is a great app. That's why we've accepted this brand deal. I use it myself all the time before this brand deal as well. You get the latest Chelsea news, all other news as well from all teams. They even have little video clips daily if you're bored. They have a little transfer news section, and they even give you a little indicator that tells you how likely this deal is happening or if it's happened or not, which is quite useful because we do see a lot of rubbish going on nowadays. So it's a great app. Make sure you download it in the link in the description below. And guess what? It's free, so it's not going to charge you anything. But enough waffle from me for the sponsors. I'm going to show you the lineup. Right, before I load it up, any guesses? Is Auto going to start? Yes or no?
Yes.
You
not going to lie, so I can't guess.
I'll say yes. Why not?
I'm feeling you saw it before. That's why you said that.
I wanted him to start, to be fair, but let's see.
All right, let me got it up for you. There you guys. This is so we've got Mendy in goal, James on the right, Rudiger again. Wow, okay. Next is Silva, Chilwell, no surprise, Mason Mount, Kovacic, and Havertz. Okay, I didn't expect Havertz to start today. And then finally, Hudson-Odoi. And I reckon Drew disappointed Lampard against Fulham because of his messes. So Abraham's deserved a start. And then next to him with Pulisic. Guys, you happy?
Yeah. Hudson-Odoi. Hey.
I'm not
that bench is strong though. Still, that bench though is strong. That bench.
It is Kepa, Aspi, Zuma, Chris, Emerson, Jorginho, Gilmore, Ziyech, Werner. That's a very good. That's a very good bench. So I'm happy as a football team to have these options. If Rudiger gets injured, no one cares because we've got Zuma.
No one cares.
If James gets injured, you're not going to be worried because Aspi's there. And then if Abraham flops, you've got Werner. The only problem is Drew's not even on the bench.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. That's really interesting.
That's big. That's a big call.
Why is he on the bench? Oh, that's why I'm not happy. Also, I don't think Rudiger should be. Listen, Zuma.
Is he injured? He's got to be injured, no?
I don't know. We're going to Leicester. We need people that, like, from set pieces can, like, make a difference. And I actually can't remember the last time that Rudiger scored a goal, to be honest. Like,
yeah, Zuma's like actually one of our top scorers. That's how bad
he is. He is.
So play him in centre back for the goals, not even just for defending. But that's really bad.
I'm to be honest, I'm really happy that Callum's starting there. I think that's a good call.
It's a big game for him, though. He needs to make a point. If he wants to start next week, he's got to do something special today because Lampard's just going to be like, "I told you," and then drop him again.
I agree. I hope he doesn't. I've been going on about Callum for weeks now. If he messes up, I won't be happy. Obviously,
yeah, exactly.
He needs to make a difference. I'm not gonna lie. Kai Havertz, I don't get it. I don't know why, but I've never rated him, and I don't know. I feel like I still don't think he has big impacts on games. I don't know. He might prove me wrong, but like every time he comes on, I don't watch him be like, yes, he's like going to make a difference to our team. Like when he gets the ball, I'm like, what's he gonna do? When Mason gets the ball, for example, it's like different class. But like Mason's like a baby. Do you know what I mean? Like he's still new in the game, but he's still one touch looks. I feel like Kai Havertz is a bit like there's a lot of hype and there's not that much substance. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know.
I know exactly what you mean.
But they bought him, right? So they've got to start him. But I don't know. Christian's not. I don't know, but Christian at the moment, like amazing player, but again, he's not. I don't know what it is. It's like he's not also. He doesn't have that class that he had last season. Do you know what I mean? Like
he was my favorite youth player for years. So it breaks my heart for me to say I don't want him in that starting 11. Because when Conte was there, I used to always scream, "Please play him, please play him," and then he just turned dodgy. I don't understand what happened. It was since that Barcelona goal at home when Messi scored, he just turned dodgy.
I know what you mean. I almost think the vibe and the team is making him look bad, which isn't fair because he's obviously world class. Joel, not gonna lie,
better than Emerson and that, so it's not a shock.
Yeah, no, he is 100%. We should be starting him. But the thing about Chilwell is I do feel like sometimes I don't know, like sometimes
he loses the ball a lot, innit?
Yeah, he loses the ball, his positioning. I don't know, like he is a good player, but I also feel like he makes sloppy mistakes. And then like when like Thiago's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't mean to." But it's like, no, we spend a lot of money on you, and your wage is big. Like we need solidness from you every week. So like, especially against his old team, hopefully he has a point to prove. Do you know what I mean? Like hopefully he turns up.
Oh, sorry guys, I don't know how to use this. There we go. Guys, don't forget it's a live stream, so it's a good chance to ask us some questions. We are live. We got to make the most of it. We do get a lot of questions, so if you want to guarantee your question answered, please super chat. It can even be 70p, something small, but just to guarantee that we see it. But if I do see it without super chat, I'll make sure I'll pop it up. We'll look on the screen now. Any questions, guys? Tom Phillips says it's not a bad lineup. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Ziyech over Pulisic, in my opinion. I agree with that, but Ziyech is not fully fit, if that makes sense. Well, Pulisic is not as well, so I agree and disagree at the same time.
I agree with that, to be honest. Christian is a good player, but I don't know. I think for this game, I would have preferred Ziyech. I agree.
Where's this Pulisic from last season? That's what I want to know.
Do you think that the FA Cup final, like still, the injury that he had, I think the progress might be slow for him to get up, but
it's a good point.
He hasn't looked the same since the restart.
No, he hasn't. I actually agree with that. He doesn't look clinical. Like everyone forgets, even when he came on against Liverpool last season, like different class. Like he's an incredible player. If he hadn't got injured in that FA Cup final, I'm not saying we would have necessarily like won, but it would have been a lot tighter contest than it was, to be honest. So I really miss him at full fitness. But I agree. I think Ziyech should be starting, to be honest.
Jamili, sorry if I said that wrong. He said thoughts about Werner. What does Lampard do? Look, everyone moaned about Werner playing on the right wing. Since Werner's not been on the right wing, he's stopped getting assists, and them assists were the only reason why Werner didn't lose his place in that first team. So he's performed more as a winger than striker. He's had 1v1s. He's had open goals. That is nothing to do with moving to England. Nothing to do with the language. Nothing to do with the system or Frank Lampard. He has missed chances that a striker should score. So it's nothing to do with Lampard. There's no excuse in it. And we've seen them goals in Germany from him. So it's obviously pressure. So I agree him and Havertz don't suit the current tactics with Lampard, but Werner is missing chances with no excuse. So I think it's a bit harsh to blame Lampard for that. What do you guys think?
I agree with Sammy because you know what? Yeah, if I'm being honest, I'm gonna say this. I've been backing Timo Werner the whole season, and for the last 2 weeks, the last 2 months, since after the second international break, his form drastically dropped. Right after the international break, the last one, I think it was November. I think after the Newcastle game, Like he was missing from after that, and then we put him on the left wing. What happened? Like doesn't feel right. We put him on the right. I think it was against Everton, but I'm not sure. Same as well. Forward against Arsenal. I think he plays a left wing against Arsenal. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because he was because he's kind of yeah.
Okay, it's not working out as well. He plays as a central against Man City. Doesn't work as well. Yeah. Like
the reason why I didn't want him dropped early on because he got assists. Obviously, that's not a striker's responsibility, but at least it made him stay in the team, and then we can have another striker because Tammy Abraham and Jude have been scoring more than him, so they deserve to be there. That's why I think Abraham is playing because he has been scoring for us. So I agree with Lampard playing there. I think the best strikers at Chelsea are Giroud, Abraham, then Werner. And when it comes to wingers, Werner's actually been a great right winger because he does get assists. So it's a tricky one. But I do hope Werner starts scoring so he can actually be that centre forward. I really do want that.
He needs like cup games. He needs like I say Champions League, not being funny, like Champions League is knockout. So we can't, as I said, we can't put in Timo Werner for like half a game just to, give him some confidence. Like I'm trying to have sympathy for him, but at the same time, it's like you came to our club to make a difference. And like even against Fulham boys, it's not just in front of goal. It's his touch, it's his passing, it's his movement. Like the guy has lost confidence. And because of that, he needs some other games. But like if we were top of the league, fair enough, we could give him a little bit of time to like find his form. We're not top of the league, like we're not even top 4. We don't have time. Like if we don't want the season to be a flop, I honestly think, unfortunately, like he just needs to be removed for a little bit, cup games, and then come back. That's my opinion on Timo, to be honest.
We've seen him, all the chances he's missed, we've seen him score the exact same thing in Germany. Yeah. So he has got the ability. So it's just all mentally. So that's why I do agree with exactly what you said. Play him in smaller games with less pressure, make him score a couple of goals to get him going again. So I 100% agree with you there. Because we wouldn't have bought him if, I think Chelsea, the board and Lampard knows if they're going to buy a striker who can finish or not. Like, it's not that hard. So because he does get himself into good situations. Like, I remember with Torres, he just wasn't doing anything, and then
Torres,
Morata, at times he did get good lot 1v1 against Arsenal, especially, but his finishing was awful, and he could only score in the head. But Werner, he's actually got in really good tight positions, and then just mucks up the finish, which we know we can do. So it has to be a mentally thing. I don't know. It can't be ability. It can't be.
He's a sprinter. He's a sprinter.
He's a very fast player. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why that 1v1 against Fulham, you thought that's his moment because he loves them running goals, isn't it?
Yeah, he just can't find the net. Yeah, he needs some cup games.
But how long can we wait?
Also,
because Abraham scoring, you could tell because Lampard said in the last game after Fulham, he said Abraham should have started today or deserved to start today. So it's a bit obvious he was going to start, and Abraham's going to be like, "Yo, I've scored the last couple of games I play." He's probably got the best ratio at the moment, doesn't he? In amount of games, I don't know who's got the most goals, but in a small amount of time, I think Abraham's got the most. He's got the best ratio, and he's probably thinking,
he's our top. Sammy's our top scorer, so yeah, it probably makes sense.
Yeah, so he's probably thinking, "What do I have to do? I'm a striker who's scoring, and I'm still not playing. What more do I have to do?"
No,
and same with Drew as well.
And I remember, I can't remember what game it was, but I remember saying before that, like, if he keeps playing Timo and doesn't play Tammy or Olivier, like, they're probably gonna be like, what is this? Like, I'm clinical. Listen, I feel like people that are like, empathetic about, play Timo, give him a chance. No, this is a cutthroat business. Like, you are a good player.
We need to score now.
Yeah, you're one of the top goal scorers in the Bundesliga. Like, we need that form from you. Like, I don't understand what like he was. People forget, like, it wasn't even just in the Bundesliga. In the Champions League, he turned up, like, against Spurs. Like, he turned up, like, he's a good player. When he arrived, he was like good player, like you say, assists, was good as a team, had good passing. He can't even do the basics.
Let me remove that thing away from you.
Yeah, guys, don't forget to check out the One Football app. All links down in the description below. Check it out, guys. Yeah, what are you lot saying about the lineup?
Extra special guest. Man, like Lewis.
Yes, guys. What are you telling me?
Rudiger, I don't know why. Rudiger was good last week. Don't get me wrong, but he's lost his place. Zuma's
apparently
like a strike. Zuma's been really good. You can tell Rudiger's always. You can tell Lampard's always like Rudiger.
I think they're trying to.
Apparently, he liked him.
Yeah, he was really full of praise last week.
Yeah, and I'm not too sure about it, but whatever. We've got a decent amount of backs. My thing is more the lineup. I'm happy with the lineup. I'm not complaining too much. Jorginho isn't starting, so I'm more happy about it. But we're still going to get absolutely smoked on the counter just looking at it. Like, fact is, we don't have a DM playing. Mateo Kovacic right now looks like he's playing in the lone DM in a 4-3-3, and that's all cool. He isn't pressable. He's press resistant, can defend, but the thing about him is the type of player he is. He's a ball progressor. Same thing with N'Golo Kante. That's what they like doing, which is what they'll do, and they'll fall into the same traps as a result. If we're playing with two deep midfielders and Mount's dropping deep as well, maybe that will work. And I can back that a little bit. If it's just Kovacic, we're going to be heavily exposed on the turnover. If we start overcommitting bodies, Mateo Kovacic goes a bit forward. As soon as they hit us on a transition and counter-attack like Leicester City know how to do, we are pissed. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
But get that. Reece James, like, he's got pace, to be honest, though. So, like, in theory, if it's like a counter-attack, should be all right. But then I know what you're saying.
He's got pace, but like it's Reece James. Half of our attacking play, most of our attacking play goes through Reece James. So you already know he's going to be far forward. And with fullbacks, you can be as good of a fullback as you want. You could be Usain Bolt for all I care. You can get caught out. You're manning the entire right-hand side of the pitch or the left-hand side of the pitch. You will get caught out. Half the time it's just about recovery and if you can get back in time. And I do think he can do it. But it's about the middle of the park. We don't play in the middle of the park. We play in the wide areas. So I'm not sure about this one. I can't lie. Like, I get what Lampard's doing, and I'm glad it's not the midfield I thought was going to start. But same way, let's see what happens in it. I'm not going to just come on here and be negative straight up. I wanted a different lineup. We got a different lineup, but there's also still a bit of worries. I'm not going to also sit here and say Lampard's got it. All you Lampard out guys in the comment sections are mudded. No, it's not that case. We still got to go and win.
I'm Lampard in, and I'm struggling to say that.
I'm Lampard in too, but I've had to turn Lampard middle over the last few
weeks. Yeah, it's really difficult.
I'm Lampard middle, man, because I can see why people are Lampard out. And I'll be real, some of the Lampard in guys are pissing me off and they're doing my fucking head in. Half the time it's like, could you not have had this exact same energy for Maurizio Sarri the last 2 years?
Yeah, and I've admitted that. I've said I was so quick to criticise Sarri. The minute I didn't like him from day one, but after that United game when he subbed on as Peliqueta when we're losing 2-0 down, I was like, this man is not going to show progression with signings.
Yeah.
Then Lampard, I was really impressed with Lampard last season. He had a crap team. That's the worst Chelsea team I've seen in my time before you guys called me a plastic. And then he's got all these signings now. He's been backed. He's earned to be the manager this season. And now it's all going wrong. It's all going wrong, and it's heartbreaking. And Lewis is right. I was so quick to moan at Sarri. Now Lampard's doing bad subs.
Half them Lampard.
I was part of the people. I'm not afraid to be. I'm not afraid to admit I was one of the people singing F Sarri ball. I'm not afraid to admit that. And now, because we're playing so bad with Lampard, Lewis is right. I have to now have the same energy.
No, but like, I don't mind that. Like, I don't mind you saying you didn't like Sarri, and that's cool because it's a preference. Some people prefer more pragmatic football that gets instant results. Some people prefer a project. That's fine. That's just all depends on taste. Keep the same energy. That's all I care about. If you were Sarri out after January or February, and now you're telling me to trust the process with Frank Lampard 18 months ago,
that's where I'm different.
In Abramovich history. I'm not listening to your bullshit. If you were Lampard,
I think that stat's not fair though.
What?
It's a good stat to compare, but this is the worst Chelsea team out of that whole list.
I get that.
Come on, he's better than Avram Grant.
And I get that. I get that. But same way, Maurizio Sarri didn't have it easy either. He had 5 days. Frank Lampard had no preseason going into the season. Sarri had 5 days because of the World Cup. But they're going to use that as an excuse for Frank Lampard, but they ain't going to use it as an excuse for Maurizio Sarri. That's when it's BS. That's the difference. If you were Sarri out by January and you are now Lampard out as well because you don't believe in him, cool. If you can understand the hypocrisies from the first reign and now you're cool. When you're sitting there telling me, oh, don't talk about Sarri, Sarri's in the past, and then you want to use the same excuses people use for Sarri towards Frank Lampard, it's like, no, you're just a giant fucking hypocrite and you know it. That's why you don't want to hear Sarri's name, because it's just true. Sarri literally exposed half the fan base for their hypocrisies and their BS. And the club was an absolute embarrassment as a fan base in the 18-19 season. I hate this excuse. I hate this excuse.
I know you don't like it.
No. Who got more out of Eden
against
Hazard
Liverpool?
Than Maurizio
You was with me. I think I was with you.
Dragged by Eden Hazard. Who got the best out of him? When we were saying that he was getting shackled up by defensive managers like Antonio Conte and Jose Mourinho for years on end. As soon as Sarri came in, do you know what the first thing people were saying? People were saying, wait till you see Eden Hazard this season. Wait till you see how we unlock Eden Hazard this season. And look what he did. And now everyone's turning on their heads and saying that, oh, no. It was Eden Hazard.
He's the only attacking manager we've ever had.
Agenda. That's all it is.
Eden Hazard was a left back under Mourinho and Conte. He was a left
defensive manager under defensive manager.
Left back, so
he's as soon as an attacking manager came into the club.
He saved us. Do you remember Liverpool? You know that amazing goal Hazard scored in the Carabao Cup? Yeah. I was with you that day. Do you remember how crap we was playing? I don't even know how it got to 1-1. Hazard comes on, destroys the whole left defense of Liverpool, and scores that goal. Yeah. A non-world-class player wouldn't have happened if we would have been world-class.
Yes, but same way it was the Carabao Cup third round game.
I don't even know how it was 1-1 before Hazard.
We say it's one of the best goals Eden Hazard scored, but we also sit there and we can acknowledge the fact that he did up Alberto Moreno, Dejan Lovren, and Mignolet. Are we going to take that away from him as well? Or are we going to say Hazard saved Sarri from another embarrassment?
Bro, look at our team. No one else is going to do that. You think Odoi is going to do that last year? He only played Europa League anyway.
Yeah, that was Hudson-Odoi's breakout season, so he definitely wouldn't have done that. That's the thing.
Dude, so Hazard did save us. As like it or not, he saved us so many times.
Hazard saved us, but having an attacking manager that can get the best out of him is what saved us as well. That's exactly it. It goes both ways. Eden Hazard's a quality player, but he wouldn't have had the same sort of impact under Antonio Conte in that season as well, compared to Maurizio Sarri. That wouldn't have happened. Not under the left back as well. Yeah, but that's the point. That's the point. It was an attacking manager that got him to play like that.
I get what you're saying, but you do need to say that this world-class player got us points when we didn't deserve it. And that's why people are saying Sarri had him.
Yes, but it goes both ways. There's two different ways to go at that. You can't say that Eden Hazard just carried us. No, Sarri got the best out of him. He got better out of Eden Hazard than any other Chelsea manager did.
Of course, but you're telling me Lampard doesn't like defensive football. So Lampard, I'm not saying his tactics are any better than Sarri. I'm not saying that, but I still think Hazard would be an attacking manager. An attacking guy under Lampard. No.
Yeah, and that's cool and everything. And I understand the stuff that Lampard's had to go through, which is why I'm not saying anything about his first season. First season, Lampard was amazing. We'd all love first season Lampard to be back because he was versatile. He actually played players based on merit and not based on what his favourites were. And he had a plan B. He changed things up. His substitutions were quick, and his substitutions won us games consistently.
Yeah, where's that gone?
I don't see any of that now. And that's not to say... And that's not to take it away from the fact that he didn't have Hazard, but he didn't have Hazard the first season, and he did a great job that no one says was bad or anything.
No, that was the legit reason why I didn't like Sarri. I liked Sarri's plan A, but when it doesn't work, a good manager has a plan B, and that's why
I know. But
that's why Arsene Wenger flopped when his plan A didn't work. He had the plan A for the whole season.
Yeah, I get that.
And that's why I didn't like Sarri. And Lampard's not. Remember against Wolves, we had like 3-4 when we lost against them. We had like 3 formations in the second half. I've never seen that as a Chelsea fan in my life. So I thought, wow, this Lampard, he doesn't give up. I like that. But this season, he's doing his plan A or plan B in the last 5 minutes. Where's this passion gone? And he's got a good team now. He's got a bigger team.
We spent 250 million plus.
If you don't like Werner and Havertz, you've got a whole bench full of other midfielders that play completely different. Like, I don't like Jorginho, but he offers something different.
But that's the thing as well. That's the thing as well. You're saying Sarri only had Eden Hazard to carry him through games. Lampard has a better team than Maurizio Sarri ever had, or ever could dream of. And we're doing worse.
That's a good point.
It's true. I'm saying this signings has made me take off all the excuses for Lampard.
Yeah.
It was his signings. Look, you moaned about Kepa. We moaned about Kepa. He's gone now. Alonso, he's gone now. Okay, it's not Lampard's fault. Werner can't shoot, but we don't have to have you don't have to have a striker to score every week. We like Liverpool. There's more wingers scoring than strikers at Liverpool, and I think that's what Lampard's trying to do. But no one's scoring at the moment, so everything's going wrong. And I blame the players and Lampard. I think it's wrong just to look at Lampard because it is Werner missing 1v1s, which is nothing to do with tactics or Lampard. But at the same time, he is in the wrong position. So I think it's everything. Everything's going wrong.
There's a mix of everything, but it's also the thing where the Manchester City game was perfect example of it. We were all really happy with that lineup when it came up. 5-10 minutes into it, pissed off again. Why? Because it was the same tactics and the same system. So regardless of where we play, the biggest issue is that we're going to keep playing the same way that we always do.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, when AVB got sacked for losing against Napoli 3-1, yes, AVB was rubbish, but the team wasn't good. I know we won the Champions League, but that team was crap. Di Matteo, he made 2 changes. He put Kalou on the right wing and took off Sturridge, because AVB used to always start Sturridge. We never saw Sturridge again with Di Matteo. 2 changes, we changed the whole system. We won the Champions League. Jose Mourinho, I love him. I still do. We was doing so bad in the Premier League. We sack him, get Conte the next year. That same team, just with Alonso, wins the Premier League.
And David Luiz.
So this is why Chelsea like to sack managers, because the board actually believe the managers make a difference. And that's why I'm finding it really hard to back the guy. As much as I don't like Werner and Havertz, and I do think they're not helping Lampard, the manager does make a big difference. I still think we'll still be bad with a bigger manager, but we'll still be better with a bigger manager. Unfortunately, I am Lampard in, but if there's a big manager out there, I want him.
All right, cool, guys. I'm gonna go set up the watch along, so I'm gonna jump on. Yeah. I'll see you lot
soon as well.
I'm gonna start in 15 minutes, so you lot keep going.
Okay, cool.
Bless.
Cool, nice one. But
keep questions coming in. Keep questions coming in. Keep questions.
Yeah, keep questions going in. You don't like Havertz. He's slowly getting better. I'm gonna be honest with you. Only the FA Cup, the cup games, he's impressed me. Premier League, he hasn't done anything. But I'm not them players like, I don't like him, get rid of him. I'm going to give him time. Werner as well, give him time. And then I'll judge him end of next season, maybe end of this season. So I'm not going to hate on Havertz. You might be right.
I think you're mistaken that we're not liking Havertz. The fact that I think because of I think Lampard trying to find a suitable like a formation or something that suit Kai Havertz, that suit Timo Werner. And I think for the past few months, he hasn't worked that one out yet. That's because Havertz just came back from COVID. And we know what happens when players coming back from COVID. They're not look the same. And physically, it takes you at least 2 months to get you full recovery. When you try to, like, for example, if you go exercise like in the morning, after you've done your self-isolation, it's really difficult because you're hard to breathe. Like when you run, it feels like you like all the time, exhausted. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, but before that, he wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, I agree.
I think before the COVID, I think he hasn't do that much because of the formation that Lampard put, and I think he'd been put in the right wing at one point this season. I think that was the start of the season against Brighton. I think he put in Havertz on the right wing again against Liverpool, against West Brom. I think as well against if I remember correctly, against Southampton. Yeah,
I think so. Just to answer this question, will Werner be successful? All I see is Chelsea. All I see as a Chelsea fan is a bad transfer. Look, I'm not impressed with him at the moment, and I don't like him. But it's too early. I know this is not a good comparison because he's a Chelsea legend. But Drogba was awful when he came to Chelsea. Yeah. Drogba was so bad. That's why we had to buy Shevchenko because Drogba wasn't cutting it. A few years later, Drogba's the top scorer for Chelsea. Now the best striker to play for the club. I'm not comparing Timo to Drogba, but my point is some players need time. Kevin De Bruyne was rubbish at Chelsea. Salah was rubbish. I couldn't wait for them to go. I agreed with Chelsea selling Salah. I didn't like him. I couldn't stand him when he played cup games, the Champions League group games. I couldn't stand him. Now look at him. He even packs us in every time he plays. So some people actually do need time. But some people just get better over age.
But those two players are a good example of that. That was poor management for us. Like, there's nothing wrong with those players. They were incredible players. So then Timo's an incredible player who's not being managed correctly, or he doesn't have confidence. And I think it's a little bit of both. Lampard doesn't know where to put him. He keeps changing his position, and equally doesn't have confidence. So I agree. I reckon he will be a good player for us. But the problem we've got is, unlike 5-6 years ago, no, Drogba is longer than that. 10 years ago, players were given time, managers were given time. Like, majority of clubs, including us, gave people time, right? Now it's more cutthroat. Back then, Leicester and Everton were not a top 6 contention side. The top 4 was pretty solid every year. So now we've got multiple clubs that even West Ham look better this season, Southampton looks better this season. Spurs look like a contender. So the point is, we've got to be realistic. We don't necessarily have time to give Timo. That's the problem. So
yeah, exactly.
I don't know what you define as success, but for me, success is at his standard. He needs to be scoring 15 goals plus this year, and he doesn't even look like he's going to get to double figures. So he needs to turn around quick. Timo Werner needs to turn around quick. I know I'm being hard. I have to be. He's a top class player, and he costs us a lot of money, to be honest.
He did. Jenks, thanks for the super chat. I don't know what currency that is, but I do appreciate it anyways. Can Frank survive another loss? I hope so. I do. I think even if he lose, I don't think he'd get sacked. He would have got sacked a long time ago, I reckon. Yeah. If Lampard was supposed to get sacked. I do believe end of the season he will if things carry on. But right now I just don't, because there's no one available, so there's no point in putting a manager. This unexperienced Lampard for a caretaker. What do you guys think? Unless we lose 6-0 today or something.
Yeah, no. But then, to be honest, when we got battered 6-0 by City, obviously I wasn't feeling great about that. But it can happen. But I'm not gonna lie, I feel like when we play bottom 10 teams, that's not when we're measuring Lampard. So when we play Fulham, we got to win, and even if we scrape a win, it's move on. When we play top 6, top 7 teams like Leicester, it's how we turn up. And Lampard, if Lampard's going to be the manager I think he's going to be, and he's going to survive, the board will need him to get results. Because if you remember, to be fair to Lampard, last season, every time we played a top team, we looked like we could compete. Played Arsenal, both of those games, I know it was a win and a draw. Both of those games we looked like we could compete. We beat City at home, and no away, it was a different story. But we looked like we could compete. Even at Liverpool, end of the season, I know that we lost, was at 5-3, but we looked like we could compete. Now we go to top teams, and we look bang average. We've got a shit system where both wings crossing in. No one can fucking head. And it's just a bit all over the place. And he makes substitutions at one times. But he's going to survive if he gets the best system, makes better substitutions, and understands his better starting 11. That's how he's going to survive, period. And if his players like Timo actually start to turn up, to be honest.
Very cool. Got Deepak Singh. I believe that's 100 rupees. I think that's rupees.
I think it was rupees. I think
it's got to be rupees, isn't it?
Okay.
It doesn't matter, but I think I appreciate it. He can't find a formation in 18 matches. Why would he even buy those players if he didn't have a plan in mind how to play them all together? Yeah, but bro, we all knew the formation. We all knew what Lampard was going to do. We knew it was going to be 4-3-3. We knew Ziyech was going to be on the right, Werner in the middle, Havertz just behind him. We all knew that was going to happen. So I do think Lampard bought them to suit them, even though I don't believe Werner's a proper striker. And they just didn't perform. I agree, they're not always in the right position, but Havertz hasn't really been that great. Werner's missed opportunities, which is enough to do with the formation. So I think it is a bit harsh just to blame Lampard, but you are right. Lampard does look like he's panicking and struggling. I don't know. I haven't got anything else to say to that. What about you, lot?
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. Yeah,
we're not 5 games in. Like we're mid-season, and listen, a manager's got to back the signings. I understand that, but at the same time, like you go buy someone, you need to know exactly where they're going to play, what system is going to work for them. Otherwise, what's the return on investment? You spend this much money, you don't know where to put it, and then he's not going to be clinical because he's going to get them all in the wrong position, or he's going to try and do something that doesn't work. Like, yeah, I'm not trying to be harsh to Lampard too much, but Lampard, like, you need to get on with Timo. Like, you need to understand where to put it. Otherwise, it's a waste of money.
Exactly. A lot of guys, there's a big debate at the moment. It's either Tuchel, that Nipan has said, or Zakatak has said Allegri. Personally, for me, I don't want any of them, but if I had to choose one, it'd be Allegri, because Allegri's won the Serie A.
Yeah.
Even though I think that's a one-man league, it's not impressive. Yes, it's impressive. He won 9 leagues in a row in 9 years. 9 leagues in a row.
Yeah, he did well.
But only Juventus are only good team there, so it's not as impressive. But other successful managers in the Premier League, Conte, Carlo Ancelotti, they won the league with Chelsea, and they won the league in Serie A.
Would you take back Conte?
Antonio Conte. No. I'm saying we've had managers who won the league in Italy.
Oh, we've had
managers here. Carlo Ancelotti and Antonio, where Mauricio hasn't won anything. He's not like he's going to win anything more here. Lampard hasn't won anything before. He doesn't look like he's winning anything now.
Yeah.
Tuchel, I think Tuchel is the next Sarri. He can be a good manager. I do like his football, but again, he's no more experienced than Sarri or Lampard. He might have a bit more years in him. He hasn't won anything. He's not a big man. He hasn't won the league in Germany, and he hasn't won the Champions League. So he's in the same boat as Lampard and Sarri. So what's the point? What's the point? I do believe Tuchel's going to be big, but what's the point? Every successful manager at Chelsea has won the league in another country or in England. Carlo Ancelotti won Champions League. Carlo, like I said a minute ago, won the Serie A. They won everything. Mourinho won the Champions League with Porto. And look at the flops. AVB won nothing. Sorry, he only won the Europa League with Porto. Who cares about Europa League? Flopped at Chelsea and flopped at Tottenham. Sorry, nobody flopped. Lampard doesn't look like he's going to win anything. See, you get the pattern. You have to have a big.
I get the pattern, but to be fair though, Sarri won the Europa League. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know what you're saying.
Europa League, but the thing is, the Europa League. We're not in the Europa League now, so it's not fair to say, Lampard hasn't got a trophy and Sarri does, because I'm sure we would have won the European League last year, no? And we're Chelsea. We're not supposed to be in the Europa League. You have to win that. United have to win it. Arsenal have to win that trophy when you're in. The big teams have to win Europa League if for some reason you're there. So that's why I don't count it as a charity, as a cup, like the Community Shield. You're supposed to win it, but don't celebrate.
No, come on. Community Shield is like, I don't think the Europa League is the same as Community Shield. I get what you're saying. Obviously, winning the Champions League.
Don't get happy.
The different league to like winning the Europa League. I get that, but I don't know. I think Allegri, for me, I agree. I think Allegri would be a better option. I just think taking Juventus consecutively, like Champions League, like the guy took them to how many finals? Definitely a couple of finals. Like he knows what he's doing. So I'm
sorry to say this, but look, just like what you said. Look, Tuchel was in the Champions League final a few months ago. So was Avram Grant with us. Israel League.
Lost.
Grant was a big manager in Israel. I don't know much about Israel, but I think that's why Robin liked him. He won something in Israel. He's still a nobody in big team football. He was in the Champions League, right? Final, so it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Respect. So was Poch. Everyone says Poch hasn't won anything. He was in the final. So
I don't know. Getting to finals, Lampard got to an FA Cup final, lost. No point getting to the final. You may as well. Look, this is the same thing that I get onto United about. Ollie, like he gets his team to like semi-finals. He'll get his team like to the top of the league for like 2 months, and then they'll crumble. So that doesn't make a good manager. I don't care. Like he's a new manager. No, like if Lampard wants to go down as a good manager, he needs to actually get us silverware and take us far in competitions. Like,
it's been in 2 finals, isn't it? Super Cup, and we did play better. And that Arsenal, I don't care how bad we are. We've got to beat an Arsenal, and Arsenal's always going to be a dodgy team unless they get rid of their owners. So that was an opportunity for the Chelsea and Lampard, in it.
And we didn't turn up. Yeah,
that was a big opportunity, and we didn't even revenge them.
Oh no! Oh yeah, I forgot about that game. 3-1. Oh no!
Didn't even revenge them, make a statement. So like, ugh.
Embarrassing.
But anyways, like I said, if there's no big manager available, I'm backing Lampard till the end of the season, or even further if there's no one available. So I don't want to sack him for another inexperienced manager. But I would love to win. I'm not with Sarri. I'm not gonna lie. If Sarri started to turn things around, I'll still be like, nah, can't get rid of him. But Lampard, I would like to see him succeed. Guys, I'm going to end this here because Lewis is going to go live soon. Is there any last thoughts from you, Alex and Pava? Is there any last thoughts from you?
Alex, go first.
So we just need to turn up today, to be honest. We just need to turn up. Like, this is going to be a good test. I think we didn't turn up against Arsenal. We haven't even though we beat Fulham, we didn't turn up. So I don't care if we lose or win today. Well, obviously I care we win, but we need to turn up, and we need to look like a top quality side with the signings we've got, to be honest. That's what I care about. So we need to play well.
Just treat the game as if like in the final, you know. And the fact that about the news that's been surrounding us this week, I think that what the players can do is the fact that show us that you deserve to be in this football club. Show us that you deserve to play for the badge. That's all we care about.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. And before I let you lot go, I have to remind you. Sorry for the plugs.
That's
Please,
fine.
guys, support the channel, and also it's a great app. Make sure you download the Make sure you download the OneFootball app in the description below. It's a great app. You can even check the scores and lineups for today's game. You can see the latest transfer news, and even for other teams. There's so much you can do. It's a great app. I use it myself, and obviously on this channel we care about you guys. So we've only sponsor a company that we know that you guys will benefit. So make sure you download their free app in the description below. But other than that, Alex, thank you for coming, and Favre as well. I hope I see you guys later on the watch along.
I might drop by really late, just because I've got to finish my stuff first.
Cool.
Excuses, I don't want to hear them. Well, guys, thank you for everyone who tuned in. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, if you want to see us. We're going to be starting a live watch along with Lewis. Let's see, he's telling me off now, so I'll go now. But guys, thanks for watching. Up the chair.